Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the table. I am back again this week. It's me, Shannon. I am joined today by a whole bunch of friends. We've got Katelynn.
Hello.
We've got Noah.
Hello.
And an extra special guest, my own brother, Craig.
Hey! How's it going?
Hello, so good. So, yes, this is Craig. He is my older brother. His favorite food is shrimp. He enjoys all kinds of chocolate, although he has a slight preference toward dark. And he's not much of a chef, but I do sometimes rope him into the kitchen, and we'll do some cooking adventures where we make like relatively simple meals, but slightly more fun than usual.
Nice. I love that your favorite food is shrimp. I did not know that about you.
Yeah, that's of course if you discount chocolate. If we're talking about like foods that you actually have as a meal and sit down, shrimp is like the bomb.
Awesome.
Whether it's like with cocktail sauce, with stuffing, with spices, whatever you want to put on it, shrimp tastes good.
Yeah,
you know, some crazy people dip shrimp in chocolate.
No.
That's a thing.
That's not a thing.
No.
That's a thing.
I'm looking that up.
Now do prawns and chocolate.
The amount of things Noah makes me look up on this podcast.
It is really stupid.
Okay.
Yeah. Even as a lover of both of those foods, I would never think to combine them.
Right?
He's right. Ew.
See?
Oh.
It's chocolate sauce.
It feels like
awful.
Gordon Ramsay, no!
Yeah, it's an infection.
No! No.
It is apparently really good, which really confuses me.
Yeah.
But I will say an exception if you used coconut shrimp. I think it would be okay.
Yeah. I mean, like, Noah and I made coconut shrimp last week, and it was delicious. Another thing that's great for the air fryer, but I can't see dipping that in chocolate. I see like a sweet and spicy sauce, like an apricot like spicy thing, which is what people usually do. But chocolate, people do terrible things to chocolate.
Yep.
And shrimp.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you for that terrible opener.
I know, that's information I didn't know that I needed.
Didn't know that I didn't want.
I didn't know.
Glad to help.
Didn't know that. Exactly.
So today, in the spirit of Halloween, we're going to be doing a candy tournament. Just based off the four of our opinions collectively. I'm sure we're going to fight over many of these. And we're just going to determine between the four of us what is the best Halloween candy. We have 32 listed out here, bracket style. And we're going to see where we end up. But I don't know. I couldn't even like go into this with like I know which ones are going to win because we have such different tastes in candy. So I don't know.
There's going to be
it's
some
quite the
judgment
list,
thrown.
What'd you say, Noah?
There is going to be some judgment thrown.
There already is. We've been fighting already trying to make this bracket. But we eliminated some because we had a list that was slightly too long. So to start off, I'm going to ask everyone a question. Do you know what your least favorite Halloween candy is? Whether it's on this bracket or not.
Yes,
right.
I do.
Yep.
All right, we'll have Craig go first.
Yeah, and I have a feeling that this is a popular Halloween candy to rag on, but I do not like candy corn.
Okay.
Glad with that.
Okay.
I disagree, but okay.
I disagree as well, but that's okay. I do love my candy corn. And to people who say it tastes like wax, at least it's like sweet wax.
But it's not the good kind of
What a
sweet.
tagline. At least it's like sweet.
It's sweet. It's like sugar. It's like
No,
it's as
it's
sweet as a
like-
marshmallow.
No, it's like Splenda in like a triangle.
Noah, you like Splenda.
I do not like Splenda.
You like sweetener.
No, I only like the blue equal. I say that as if there's a different one. I don't think there's a different kind of eagle, but the blue one.
The blue one, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you go to the coffee shop, the blue one. That is the one.
Sure.
That is it.
Okay. All right, Noah. Enlighten us. What is your least favorite?
York peppermint patties, they're terrible.
More so than Necco wafers?
They're terrible. I don't care.
I don't think Necco's not Halloween candy, though.
Yeah, that's true. Dude, my feelings are already so hurt. That's
You're
okay.
welcome.
I'm glad we have differing opinions, honestly. Like, this is going to make for a good conversation. Shannon, do you know?
I don't know why this is the first thing that popped in my mind. I don't even think it made the bracket. But have you guys ever had runts?
Ew.
It's like the fake
Yes.
fruit ones that are hard.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
a huge fan either.
Yeah, it's just sort of like rocks that have the essence of a fruit.
Yeah.
I didn't even think
Yeah.
of that. And now it would either be Runts or maybe Butterfinger. I never liked Butterfinger. Which is weird because I like
Yeah,
most of the chocolate candies. But
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that either.
yeah.
I know it's popular for many people, but
Mm-hmm. There's a TikTok that went viral, and unfortunately I don't have it saved, so I don't think I can find the credit, but if I do, I definitely will share it. About this guy going in a store, and he picks up a Butterfinger and then drops it 4 times. And that's his whole
Yeah.
joke. Like,
I know what you mean.
it was
I
so
get
funny
it,
the
okay.
first time, and then the next 8 times I was like, oh my god, please. I get it. But because people keep remixing it as the way TikTok works, people keep like stitching and adding onto it. But yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's driving me crazy right now.
Have we had a guy who actually like butters up his whole hand
Mm.
and then like tries to and like
I'm
tries
already
to pick
upset
it
with
up,
this
but
imagery.
we said people keep stitching it together, so it's just like, has somebody like actually just like literally stuck their hand in like a tub of like country crock, you know,
Ew.
and just like went
Why
to grab
commit
a
that
freaking
much?
Butterfinger.
Yeah.
Hey, there are a lot of people who do worse commitments to jokes. Okay.
Oh yeah, there was one. This was not a
fair.
TikTok, I don't think, but this person was going on about how much they love maple syrup. So they dumped an actual gallon bottle of maple syrup onto their pancakes, and it spilled all over the table and
Oh my
onto the
God.
floor. And then
I
there was
saw
the
that.
obvious stitch of like, was it worth it? Was it worth it for the Did you get enough likes to justify all the cleaning you had to do? How do you feel about yourself right now? Like
Icky.
it's so upsetting, the mess that he made. Ugh. But man, food TikTok is my favorite thing for the most part. The amount of recipes I've found and tried so far is great. Oh, also update, I
Pretty
did
good.
not try blending my soup into one smooth gravy, as was talked about in one of the last 2 previous episodes. I
Whoa,
decided that was way
what?
too cursed to do.
What
I
soup?
think that was the right call.
I made soup and I looked at it and I liked it and I was like, I can't hurt it like this.
What soup?
The chicken gnocchi.
Ah. Actually, oh, hold on. I might do that.
Because we were
No,
talking
no.
about how I
No.
don't like chunks in my
I-
soup, so I was like, I could blend it and make some like nasty baby food cursed creation. And I was like,
I
if
need
I
to
try it,
know.
I'll update you. And then I never tried it because I don't think I can stomach it.
I can do it.
I know you can. It's whether or not you should.
I need to know.
Okay. Well, I have an immersion blender. You want to try it tomorrow?
I would love to.
Okay. Well, then apparently
Well.
next week we will update you because he'll be with me. I might as well try it.
I will sacrifice.
But our pictures today, I have a jack-o'-lantern because I didn't want to make it a candy. Because I didn't know what I wanted as my favorite candy. So there's mine. Would you like to introduce yours? Noah's is cursed.
Oh, was
What
that
is
for me?
Noah? Wait.
It is a adult Sonic the Hedgehog costume.
And the guy is standing like he doesn't know how to stand in clothing.
Yeah. I think
Oh,
the guy who
no.
did the mocap for Sonic like wore this. Like just for shits
Sonic
and
was
giggles.
mocapped?
I thought so.
I always just assumed he was just animated.
Oh, I assumed there was some sort of mocap.
Did the guy
situation in
run
there.
with his legs going in 360s really fast till it became a donut?
Well, yeah. What else would you do?
Okay. Thank you.
Well,
Shannon,
for
are
my
you...
profile picture today, I have chosen a Reese's Fast Break, which is not in the bracket because I don't think I ever get it for Halloween, but it is personally just my favorite candy.
Oh,
It's Reese's peanut butter cup with nougat inside of it. It's like a bar, and
oh.
it's just so good.
It
I
looks
love it
good.
with my whole heart.
Yo, those are fantastic. I love those.
I've never tried it. That sounds
Right?
good.
Yes, I don't know why Reese's doesn't advertise it more. It's so
Yeah,
good.
I see a lot more of the paydays.
Yeah, it's nice and smooth and creamy. It doesn't have the nuts themselves in it like a payday does, so it's just wonderful.
What's with Reese's and having like this like these work like employment terms as like payday, fast break as like their candy names? Like, are we gonna get Reese's 401k next?
I hope so.
You
I
hope
think
so.
it should.
Oh, it's like a play on $100,000. Like it's not $100,000. It's a 401k.
Oh my god!
Well,
And it's got like
Reese's retirement plan.
peanuts.
I've
and,
started
like,
something I don't think I can stop.
Oh yeah, I gotta find Reese's. Hold on, I'm gonna do something.
You're gonna do something? What are you gonna do?
Nothing.
We're all miles away from each other. What are you gonna do?
Stuff.
Okay. Well, he does stuff. Is there anything else we want to get out of the way before we get started?
I think we're good.
All
Hop
right.
on in.
All right. So our first matchup we have is Nerds versus Milky Way. Now, there's an easy answer for me, but I'll see if anyone else is conflicted here.
Milky Way wins.
Yeah, it's an easy one for Milky Way for me. I enjoy Nerds, especially the strawberry ones. Those really taste good.
Mm.
But it's hard to beat a Milky Way with any kind of fruity candy, in my opinion.
Yeah, I have a feeling
For
the
sure.
chocolate ones are going to reach the middle of this bracket very quickly.
Oh,
Probably.
Have
Yeah.
you ever had the Milky Way dark chocolate though?
The midnight ones?
It's really good.
Yeah, the midnight one.
Yeah.
Oh.
Are we...
Yeah.
Shannon, you're the only one who's not like a big dark chocolate fan amongst us, right?
Yeah, I enjoy it. It's not my go-to,
Yeah.
but those are pretty good.
Okay. Because we forgot to get Nathan's chocolate preference last week, but when he comes back, we will get it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think Milky Way is an easy win to that one. I do like the Nerds rope. I think the Nerds rope is pretty good, but Nerds alone, I don't really like. Did I ever tell you I counted out a bunch of boxes of Nerds once?
No?
Oh,
Did you
yes,
do that?
I remember this.
Well,
You
yeah,
mean,
I
like,
did
you
it for you.
You opened up the box and counted how many nerds were inside it?
Yeah. So what I did,
Okay.
it was a little bit more like mathematical than just that. But I did for one of our anniversaries, I did like 365 days together, 52 weeks, however many hours, things like that. And I gave him that number of things. So for the number of hours in a year, I did Nerds because it was the cheapest way to get like many things. So I counted out 4 boxes and I found the average number of Nerds. And then I weighed them and found the average weight and then used that and multiplied. But yeah, it was an hour wasted for really nothing because I think those Nerds were eaten within the hour. But
Yeah, I don't
That's cute.
I don't eat Nerds ropes anymore.
oh, do you want to spill that or you want to leave that to yourself?
No, I like to share. So I was hanging out with my boys, right?
Your
And-
boys,
Yes, my gentlemen.
his friends.
Yeah, I was hanging out with the guys. And my dudes, if you will. Yeah, my friends perhaps.
Oh my god, please tell the
So-
story.
They gave me a piece of a nerd's rope. Only this was an edible, so you can already see where this is going. They assumed that I had had edibles before. This was my first time. I had never had one before in my life. Never done anything with weed ever. Nothing. And
no.
after eating it, I asked how many milligrams they just gave me. Well, let me put it this way. About 20 puts me on my ass for the night. Right?
Yeah. About
at
5
this
is
point,
like feeling good for a new
5.
a new person to it.
5 is the vibe. 10 is I'm getting a little messed up. 15, 20 is like, yeah, I'm on the floor. I don't have a very high tolerance for it, so it doesn't take that much to knock me down. This was 50. So yeah, I was done, like so done that I couldn't even keep my head up. I was at risk of falling over every time I stood up. I gave out the most amazing line of all time. They were just we were playing a game and they were just looking at me for some reason because they were both high as a kite too, but they were just looking at me and I was just like, "Don't look at me. I'm self-conscious."
Which is incredible because he's the least self-conscious person I know besides Tyler Higgins. Like, to have been a fly on the wall on that day, I so wish I was there. But also glad I wasn't because I don't partake in the edibles, so I probably wouldn't have enjoyed it either. But thank you for sharing.
Yeah, no more nerds rope for me.
Okay. How about regular nerds rope? Because those are still good.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Anyway.
Yeah. So, Katelynn, it's funny that you should mention counting all those nerds by hand because that reminds me of something that I used to do every Halloween when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm a stats nerd, but I've always been a stats nerd, even when I was like really little, like trick-or-treating age, like to the point where I would bring home my little trick-or-treating jack-o'-lantern shaped bucket. And the first thing I did when I got home was I made sure not to eat any of the candy, made sure no one else ate any of the candy, dump it all on the table, spread them out, sort them, and take inventory, take account of each type of candy.
I did that too.
See what the most popular candy given out that year was. No way, you did that too?
Yeah. And I'm not a math person, but I think I liked visualizing them all out on the table. That's so cool. Because my brother and I used to trade. So like we had like another reason to have laid it out on the table, but I always counted them all first. We would sit there.
The thing is, though, he would rope mine into it too, so I could not eat my candy either until it was counted.
That sounds like something that would happen.
Yeah, you need a bigger sample size to get a more accurate picture.
Absolutely. But yeah, we would my brother and I would sit like on the floor, dump our candies out in between our legs, and then we'd trade. And we just like sometimes we'd trade 4 for 1 if like it was candy we didn't like and we really wanted whatever they had. And the last year I went trick-or-treating, I went with 3 of my friends, Noah included, and the 4 of us all sat down and traded our candy, and it was awesome. I think that was the one year I didn't count, and that was the biggest sample size. I missed out. Man. But yeah, if I see my cousin's candy this year, I'll see if anything has changed since like 2012 when I stopped trick-or-treating. Or 2014, I think was the last year I did it.
Yeah, that's an interesting question. I wonder if candy preferences have changed at all.
Yeah.
Since then.
If I look in and there's like less chocolate and it's all like gobstoppers, I'll be so disappointed. Oh, that's one that's not on this list. I always got gobstoppers for Halloween and I never ate them.
That's right.
Yeah, I got those all the time and I never ate them either.
Yeah, my dad would end up taking like what was left of our candy after like 3 or 4 weeks to work. So like the ones that like ended up at the bottom were like the Butterfingers and the Nerds and stuff like that, and he'd just take it to work. So it worked out for us.
There you go.
All right, we are 20 minutes in, and we have done one bracket. All right. 3 Musketeers versus 100 grand.
100 grand. 100 grand.
Now, remind me what's in 100 grand real quick.
It's got like pretzels and nuts.
Ew.
I don't think. No.
Am I mixing things up?
Probably.
I don't think. Wait. I thought it was like a sort of a sticky caramel or nougat or something.
Hold on.
We're gonna have to Google this.
Hold on.
All right, Noah, you don't know enough about 100 grand to vote it over 3 Musketeers, clearly.
Yeah, it's chocolate, caramel, and crisp rice.
Oh.
Oh, okay, so chocolate, caramel, and what was the last one?
Crisp rice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it also has pretzels in it, right?
No, it's crisp rice.
Wait, what the hell's the thing I'm thinking of?
I have no idea.
I don't either.
Stop this.
What has pretzel in it?
Hold on, I'm Googling it.
Anyway, my vote is 3 Musketeers. I love 3 Musketeers. It is one of my favorite candy bars.
I have to agree with Katelynn on this one. 3 Musketeers is one of my favorites too.
Awesome.
I like the smoothness of it and the simplicity of it. Basically, just chocolate and nougat. You can't go wrong with that.
Agreed. I used to like eat the chocolate off the nougat when I was really young, and then I'd have like a nougat log. I just eat that. Yeah, it was weird, but yeah, I like how simple it is. I don't like very caramel heavy candies. I don't like it getting stuck in my teeth. This one you get like the soft texture without it getting stuck.
Yeah, that's the thing. Because as much as I enjoy 100 grand, it is very sticky. Like it's a harder kind of caramel, so it's a commitment to eat it for sure.
Yeah, I'm an idiot. I completely thought 100 grand was something else. Jesus, I made something up in my head.
That's okay.
What the hell is wrong with me?
It's all good.
Oh my god. Yeah,
it's all that Nerds rope.
Yeah, it's all that Nerds rope. It's still in there. No, 3 Musketeers, I freeze them.
That I don't think is totally dumb. That's I don't like frozen things, but Charleston Chew's not here.
Yeah, I do the same thing with the Charleston Chews. I freeze those things.
That one's not really a Halloween candy, but it is one that I know a lot of people freeze. I don't like them though.
Yeah,
Again,
they're just
chewy.
okay. My dad likes to freeze them as well.
Yeah, it's a popular one to eat frozen. So, no, you're not weird for that one, but you're weird for many other reasons.
Yes.
All right, so it seems we got a consensus on that one.
I think so. Yeah.
Milk Duds versus Tootsie Rolls. Now, these are 2 that usually end up at the bottom of the bag.
Yeah, I don't really enjoy either of these, to be perfectly honest.
I think Milk Duds has a slight victory over Tootsie Roll for me, because I won't eat the Tootsie Rolls, but I will eat the Milk Duds when there's nothing left. But like if I'm outvoted, I won't be too mad about that. And are we talking about like just the chocolate Tootsie Roll? Because I know Tootsie Rolls come in flavors, so like that probably gives them
the chocolate one.
Okay.
Yeah, I was thinking just the chocolate for this bracket, but I do want to take a second here. The fruit Tootsie Rolls, 1,000 times better than the chocolate ones. I love those.
Oh my goodness, yes! I'm glad you brought those up.
They're so good. The vanilla, the cherry.
Yeah, the vanilla is my absolute favorite, and I am one who always prefers chocolate over vanilla, but the Tootsie Roll vanilla, in my opinion, is the best one. I also like the lime ones. They have a lime Tootsie Roll in a green package.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. They're just so much better.
I like the flavoring of those, but Tootsie Rolls is another one of those things. Like, I don't like sticky. As some, like, I've never had braces, but I feel like all, like, candy that isn't braces friendly, I don't usually like. But I think they're too sticky. But the flavors are good. But so I'd rather have like a Dum Dum lollipop, which has like the same kind of flavor profile. It doesn't have the vanilla, and the vanilla is extremely good. But like in a hard candy. But yeah, if we're just like the chocolate ones are like, they're not very remarkable. They're just kind of there.
Yeah, that's a good description.
But all right, so what's our pick? I say Milk Duds, but I'm open to whatever.
I'm a little, you see, I'm assuming everybody doesn't like these two, but the problem is I really like both of them.
I'm happy for you. Which one do you like more?
I think I'd have to throw the Tootsie Roll in.
Okay.
As much as, yeah, I like Milk Duds, but like, they're one of those things where like after you eat like 5 of them, you're like, I don't want this anymore.
Oh, wait, real quick. Are Milk Duds like the crispy balls, or are they the caramel balls, or are those like sugar babies?
You're thinking
No,
I think
crispy ones are Whoppers, I think you're thinking of.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, I was thinking of Whoppers. Okay, I don't really care for either of these because the Milk Duds are chewy too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, okay. Well, I'm gonna step out. I'm gonna just step away. I'll take whatever you guys want.
Tootsie Roll? Tootsie Roll?
Yeah, Tootsie Roll.
Tootsie Roll would be my vote too. I don't know if you guys ever had this experience, but do you remember like ever going to like a local arcade that had games where you got tickets, and then for like 1 or 2 tickets you could buy Tootsie Rolls? So with whatever leftover tickets you had, you would just buy up however many Tootsie Rolls you wanted.
Yeah.
I think
just like bag.
Honestly, I think Tootsie Rolls for the arcade memories alone like boosts it up in the candy ratings for me.
It's got nostalgia points.
Yeah, exactly.
That's fair.
All right.
Okay. I can accept that. All right. Starburst versus Crackle/Crunch. We've put Crackle and Crunch together since they're similar enough and to include more different candies on this list. So, Starburst versus Crackle Crunch.
I think Starburst is going to be a win for me.
No.
I'm not really a fan of like the like ricey crispy chocolate thing.
Okay.
Really? Those are some of my favorite.
Me too.
The crispy one.
Well,
yeah.
like,
Crunch is a favorite of mine.
Normally the chocolate just tastes bad.
Okay.
Like with those kind of I don't know what it is, just like the chocolate itself just doesn't taste that great.
Yeah, Crunch has always been a favorite of mine too, although I do like Starburst. It's especially like the pink ones, the strawberry ones, and the lemon ones. I feel like everyone's got like a favorite Starburst flavor. So I definitely don't hate Starburst, but we're gonna have to go with Crunch on this one.
Oh, no, it appears you've been outvoted.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Yeah. I don't think Crackle Crunch is like the best chocolate, but I can't see, like, I would be sad to see it beat out by Starburst.
Yeah, I would pick up one of those before I picked up a Starburst, I think.
Yeah, Starburst was like the candy that like teachers had a lot, because they were cheap to get in large amounts, versus like, you know, like mini Twix or Kit Kats or whatever. I always said no. I never had them. Again, I don't like the texture. It's kind of chewy. This one's not sticky. It does stay together in your mouth, but it's like I'd rather have like gum, which is soft, you know? But
fair enough.
Yeah. I'm not too intense about that one, but all right. I'm sad about this one because I want them both to win, but we have Goobers versus Twix. I like both of these a lot.
For me, it's no question.
Really? What's your win?
Yeah, it's gotta be Twix.
Twix?
You're telling me you put those things next to each other and you're like, I have a difficult choice to make? Are you like, they're so good.
Yeah.
I mean, if it was the left Twix, yeah. But
Don't.
Like, I don't know if I have the right one.
I am also team left Twix.
I am also team left Twix, but that's because I'm a lefty. Yeah, I like
the Goobers and Twix.
Yeah, I like them both. I don't. Okay, Twix was my favorite candy for a while, and it like sort of is my favorite candy bar, so I'm okay with Twix winning. But man, I would slam a box of Goobers so easily. I love Goobers.
Say like Twix hands down would win in that situation for me.
I'm Team Twix all the way.
Okay. Well, Mom, this is for you. I fought for Goobers. It's one of my mom's favorites. Okay, another
I'm sorry,
one.
Katelynn's mom.
Another one of like candy I don't really care much for anyway. Dots versus Laffy Taffy. Can you guess based on the texture which one I will pick?
Laffy Taffy for me is like it's flavor dependent. So like if you're throwing if it's like the banana one, which doesn't taste like bananas, but it does taste like banana, yes. Yeah, like if it's like the banana one, it's like Laffy Taffy hands down. But I do like dots in general. I know that is a very, very unpopular opinion, like most of my opinions in general. But yeah, I think I'll throw in the towel for dots.
Yeah, I think dots wins out for me too.
I do agree with Noah that Laffy Taffy is very flavor specific, but I think in general, I would pick up any flavor of Laffy Taffy before dots. I don't know, just something about like dots are too hard for me. I expect them to be squishier and they're not, and then the flavor isn't really there to back it up. And
Okay.
Laffy Taffies have the jokes in them, which always makes it better.
Jokes wrappers aside, I think I also grabbed for Laffy Taffy before dots.
Oh boy.
So I think that's what's 2 and 2.
Yeah. Damn. I like the texture of dots. I like that it's like a. It reminds me of like the old Scooby-Doo gummies, how like the Scooby one was a different color and texture than all the other ones. If you know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
I like the not super chewy gummy texture, but like I really wouldn't jump for either of these, so I'm okay to concede unless Noah really wants to fight for dots.
Nah, I mean like I think I can lean over to the Laffy Taffy side.
Okay.
I'll throw in my vote for that.
It won't live long. It's up against Twix next, so.
That's true. Yeah. Fun fact, I once ordered multiple pounds of Laffy Taffy for an activities fair at my school. So I was a member of the improv club. So I was like, oh, Laffy Taffy has jokes. Very fitting for the club. Mm-hmm. So my mom went on Amazon and we didn't read the description. Uh-oh. So we received several pounds of Trolls, the movie, themed Laffy Taffy. So it had, like, the characters on it, the flavors were dark cherry, apple pie, and like some other weird thing. And I was left with pounds of this. So I had to go and buy even more of the regular flavors so that I wouldn't scare away new members to the club. And I just
my god.
was swimming in Laffy Taffy for so long.
Weren't the Laffy Taffies like expired too when you got them?
I think they might have been, because they were themed after the movie, which had already been out for like a year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh god.
Yikes.
Yeah.
That is hysterical.
It was so funny in hindsight, but I just remember standing there opening the package like, what's happening right now? I'm literally being trolled and I don't appreciate it.
Haha. Twizzlers versus candy corn.
Twizzlers.
Candy corn.
Candy corn's just bad. Candy corn is bad.
Candy corn.
So in the intro, I mentioned that candy corn was my least favorite. Yeah. So that means for me, Twizzlers is the automatic pick. Although I do have to admit, I don't like Twizzlers either. They're just a little bit better than the candy corn.
Yeah.
Something about candy corn though, you don't get it any other time of the year. So it's got a little extra Halloween flair. I like it.
Yeah, I like it too.
if I have to give Twizzlers a redeeming quality, it's that the strawberry flavor is better than just regular black licorice.
Yes.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
They don't.
Yeah.
Like they only like they have other flavors too, but they're wildly unpopular. Like you think of Twizzler, you think of the strawberry.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Man, I know what has to be done here. Like I know I'm gonna lose because I know Shannon's not so anti Twizzler that she's gonna fight this harder than I will. But I will say though, to the general opinions of this, if you say that candy corn tastes like nothing or tastes like wax, like so do Twizzlers. They're so mildly flavored.
Yeah, but it's just so slightly better than candy corn, like Craig said.
Man, I knew candy corn would lose, but not to Twizzlers.
I know, that's just an extra hard blow here, I think.
There's like nothing else on this bracket that it would beat if it can't beat Twizzlers. Anyway, here's my love to candy corn. I like it during, especially just, it's a certain time of year type of food. I think if it were available all the time, I wouldn't like it as much.
It is available all the time.
Well, if it were like, if I ate it all the time, like I only eat it during Halloween, and even so, like it's October 18th and I still haven't had any. But like, am I gonna go buy a giant bag of it? No. Like, that's so much. But all right. Rest in peace, candy corn. I will enjoy you by the 31st. Anyway. All right, this is an easy one, I imagine. M&M versus Whoppers. Oh, there's Whoppers. It's there.
M&M's, Whoppers. Once again, like just like candy corn, Whoppers equals bad. They try to pull that shit at Easter with those robin's eggs.
I like those.
So true, though.
Yeah, it does seem like there's something different than just like the regular like chocolate malt balls, but they're good. I like them. They have like a really weird aftertaste, but
because they got that like fake candy coating on them.
Yeah, but all candy coating is fake.
Yeah.
But yeah,
now,
no, M&Ms are significantly better.
100% agree with that. M&Ms are iconic. Definitely one of my favorite candies of all time. I do want to mention about Whoppers, though. So even though I dislike Whoppers, I thought at first that it was because I just didn't like the taste of malt balls in general. But then someone gifted me Maltesers in a giant bucket, just a giant bucket of Maltesers. I think it was as an Easter candy / present. And boy, were those good. I don't know what they do with Whoppers Factory. Yeah, I don't know what they do with Whoppers that's just so wrong. But the Maltesers are just infinitely better.
Yeah.
I really wish those took off in the US. They're very popular in the UK, maybe elsewhere in Europe, I don't know. But, I mean, I was only able to get them here for like a few years, and after that, it was just only Whoppers.
Yeah, I've heard great things about them. And I know that they like were released in the US and there was like some big announcement with them, and then it just kind of fizzled out. The slow-mo guys on YouTube like featured them and like shot them at things. But yeah, I definitely want to try them if I assume they're still like available in places. I don't know if they would like completely retract entirely. But I'm intrigued.
They must still be out there. I've also tried them. It's just, I agree. They're way better than Whoppers. I think they're just airier, so they sort of melt in your mouth more, where Whoppers, you're left with that malt in your mouth for a while.
Yeah, I think Maltesers really focused on the quality of their chocolate and also the thickness of their chocolate, too. And I think that's what makes it, like, combine with the malt flavor better. Whereas with Whoppers, I think the malt just takes over the whole candy.
Yeah, it does for sure. Noah, would you try Maltesers, or are you just all set?
Yeah, I mean, if I was offered one, I am no stranger to candy. I mean, generally, like, if I'm offered a new candy, I'm like, ooh.
Piece of candy.
But, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, if I ever get my hands on them and try them, I will let you know what I thought of them. And with that that is the end of our first round of combinations. What we're going to do is finish the left side of the tournament first and get to our, like, runner-up. And then next week, we'll do the right half, which is the other half, which will be released on Halloween. And then on Halloween, we will get our grand winner. So we will start back up with our next set of combinations, which is Milky Way versus Three Musketeers.
Milky Way wins, hands down.
Really?
Yep.
I'm with Noah on this one. I
literally
enjoy Musketeers, but it's just the caramel really, it takes it.
It's literally a Three Musketeers with a bonus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always thought the only difference between these two candies was that, like, little thin layer of caramel. I'm sure I can be corrected if that's not the case. Again, I have a slight preference for the Three Musketeers, but I would not be mad at all if Milky Way won. I love both of these candies.
Okay, Snickers is the one that has, like, more caramel and nuts, right?
Yes.
Snickers. Okay. All right, I'm okay with Milky Way then. I don't like Snickers as much. So, all right. Is Tootsie Rolls versus Crackle/Crunch? Can Tootsie Rolls die here?
I just don't like the Crackle or Crunch. I'm just going to say Tootsie Roll. I know I'm probably going to be outvoted here.
But, like, you would genuinely, like, eat the Tootsie Roll and leave the Crunch in the bag?
I love Tootsie Rolls.
Oh. Okay.
I know it's very, very unpopular, but, like, generally, I like Tootsie Rolls. I don't have a problem with them.
Okay, fair enough.
I love that for you, but I do think that Crunch has to win here.
Mm-hmm.
Completely.
Yeah, Crunch is one of my favorites. Tootsie Rolls, I can take it or leave it. Definitely not as good as the Crunch.
Oh, I just looked up what a Crackle Bar was. I guess I didn't know what it was. I'm still happy about it, but I didn't realize it was a Hershey bar.
Yeah, is that the only difference? I think Crunch is Nestle, and then Crackle is Hershey.
Yeah, but they're very similar. I tend to like Crunch better because it has less chocolate and more crunch, more of the rice. Whereas Crackle Bars are, like, mostly chocolate, and I don't really like Hershey's chocolate at this point. But
that's a hot take.
It is indeed.
I vibe with that one.
I think it's something we talked about on Noah's first episode with us too. We had, like, a long chocolate conversation.
Yeah.
All right.
Twix
versus Laffy Taffy.
I gotta give it to Twix.
Me too.
I like Laffy Taffy, but it's just like it doesn't even compare.
Yeah,
it truly doesn't. Yeah.
All right, that was unanimous. Easy vote, Twix.
Yeah, I don't think anyone, unless you really don't like chocolate, I doubt anyone would pick Laffy Taffy over Twix. Another probably easy one. Twizzlers versus M&ms.
M&ms.
Yeah.
M&ms, yeah.
What is your favorite M&m flavor or type?
Oh, it's that one that's awful for you, the brownie one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, so good.
I myself am a fan of the peanut butter ones.
Mm-hmm. I think I've asked this question before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've always been a fan of just the plain originals, but they've come out with some good variations. I also liked those brownie ones. They had mint ones in the past as, like, a special edition.
Ooh. I'll have to look into those if they're still available at all.
I remember one time they came out with a trio of limited edition flavors. I think it was mint, raspberry and coffee, I want to say.
Oh, interesting.
I wish I got to try all three because they all sound like flavors I would enjoy, but I think the only one I ended up getting around to was the mint.
Mm-hmm. Oh, interesting.
You know, in 2019, they had a really controversial flavor. It was the jalapeno one.
Yeah, the spicy one.
It's real.
Yeah.
They made a jalapeno one. Yeah, what the hell is it called?
Yeah, Good Mythical Morning tried it, I think.
Yeah. That's where I saw it. I saw it on a Good Mythical Morning video.
Yeah.
What are we doing here? Who thought of that?
Mm.
And then someone else was like, we'll make it happen.
Yeah, spicy chocolate is like a thing, which is weird. Like people, like you can get like ghost pepper chocolate. Again, people do terrible things to chocolate.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, this goes deeper. Holy shit. It was Mexican jalapeno peanut.
Oh, there's peanuts too?
Yeah. Was there just a wait, was this only peanut? Or was this like... Oh, so it wasn't even the M&M. It was the peanut in the M&M.
That was jalapeno flavored.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, so it probably wasn't as overwhelmingly jalapeno as it at first seemed.
I mean, that honestly makes more sense.
Yeah. Hey, why did they call the pepper nosy?
Because he was jalapeno business.
Thank you for stealing my punchline.
I enjoy that joke.
I like that one too.
Sorry, I don't think I set up the joke the right way, but I knew that was the punchline and I asked a relevant question. My favorite M&M is either the brownie one or the mini M&Ms. I think the more candy to chocolate was very good.
Yeah, the mini ones are fun.
Yeah. All right, so we're down to our next set of combos. We're down to 4 on the left side. So we have Milky Way versus Crackle/Crunch.
Milky Way again. Sorry, it's just a winner every time.
I think I would eat the Milky Way sooner than the Crackle or Crunch, in my opinion. As much as I like them, I just think the Milky Way would go faster for me.
I think that's a good explanation of it. I enjoy them both. I would eat them both, but if I had to pick one, I'd reach for the Milky Way.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a really close one for me too. Even though I've been a lifelong Crunch Bar fan, the Milky Way is really tempting. I think I'm gonna have to vote with 3 of you.
Okay, awesome. Oh, we have Twix versus M&M. Ooh, I love me some Twix, but like I think the M&M, if you take M&M as a whole with all of their flavors, it blows Twix out of the water.
Yeah, but I'd like to think of it as like you use the base model.
So just the standard M&M.
Candy. Yeah, I'd like say standard M&M. You know.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Okay.
Yeah. I still think I would reach toward the M&Ms though. I think I'd change it this time. You know.
Okay.
I don't think I'd reach for the Twix.
I think I'd reach for the Twix first, but I'm like so close on this one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I'm also casting my vote for M&Ms.
Interesting. I feel like I like them both pretty equally. I don't think either one is my favorite, but they're both very high up there.
Yeah.
I guess I could be swayed to the M&M side.
Yeah, I think Twix still is like one of my favorite candies, but M&M I think is one of those like all-around winners. Anytime, anywhere, an M&M is good.
Like the only thing, in my opinion, it's like the only thing Hershey's got right.
Fair.
That's not even Hershey?
It's Mars, isn't it?
It's Mars. Yeah.
Yeah, because the M's in M&M stand for Mars.
No, Hershey owns Mars.
Does it?
Pretty sure.
Oh, I didn't know that.
No.
The M's and M&Ms? What? The first one stands for Mars. I forget what name the second one is, but I'm almost 100% sure that Mars is part of why it's called M&Ms.
Huh. I assume you three would know, or at least two of you would know, like, why M&Ms were created.
Oh, it doesn't. Oh, they're two separate things.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's what I thought. But I wouldn't be surprised had you been right.
Yeah, competing companies, for sure.
Yeah. M&Ms were created because the creator was sick of his chocolate melting in his hand, so he candy coated them so it wouldn't melt.
Yeah, but then you put the color on them, so the color would get all over your hands.
Yeah, but your hands have to be wet. Like, they don't melt.
What do you mean? Have you ever held a warm M&M? The color comes off on your skin.
I don't sweat like you. My hands don't get warm. I've never had M&M run off on my hand.
No, I'm saying like you left a freaking like a little bag of M&Ms in your car on a warm day, and you go to stick your hand in the bag, it's gonna come out. Your hand's gonna come out all different colors.
That has never happened to me. I'm not. I don't think you're lying to me. I believe you. It's just something I've never experienced.
I've gotten M&M dye on my hand by leaving it in my hand too long.
Oh, really?
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
Damn. Well,
yeah,
I would have never
happened,
guessed.
But it has to be there for a long time, or be in the heat for a long time.
Yeah, I love warm M&Ms. Like, you bite into them and they're like melty in the middle. But yeah. All right. M&M, I think, is an all-around winner. All right. That brings us to the last matchup of today: Milky Way versus M&M.
Milky Way. I gotta stand by Milky Way.
I have to stand by M&Ms.
Ooh, we're split.
We're split so far.
Yeah.
Shannon, what do you think?
I'm thinking Milky Way for this one. Especially if we're thinking of just the baseline model M&M, it doesn't have enough pizzazz. You know, the Milky Way is going to bring me nougat. It's going to bring me caramel. It's out here trying its best, and I'm going with that one.
Oh,
all right.
Craig.
So it's getting down to the wire. Yeah, this is going to end up going 2-2, guys. I definitely prefer the M&Ms.
Mm-hmm. I just think M&Ms are the best all around, you know? Like, anywhere, like, I want a little bite to eat, I'm going to get M&Ms. I'm not going to get a Milky Way.
I can't budge. I can't do it.
Oh, Shannon. Shannon, we're going to duke this one out.
Especially thinking of Halloween candies specifically, a Milky Way is a nice treat on Halloween. Like, I feel like I don't, like you said, I don't generally go out and get them when I'm just living my daily life. But when I see it in my Halloween basket, I'm like, oh yeah, that's great. Basket? Who has a basket? No.
Yeah, that goes in a special pile.
Okay. I have a counter argument, and I know we're not talking about all the flavors of M&M. I understand that. However,
what? You're going to talk about all the flavors.
No. I get peanut M&Ms every year on Halloween. I think we can include peanut M&Ms. You always get the yellow bag as well as the brown bag.
Yeah, no, that's like the second default one.
Okay, like,
yeah,
I think if we're including those two, like, they're so good. They're so much better than a Milky Way.
No.
I disagree. I don't really like the peanut ones. Sometimes you get a bad peanut in there, and then it ruins your bite.
I've never... What's a bad peanut?
It just sort of tastes wrong. I don't know how else to
one that tastes like... Yeah, like, I know what it... You never got one that just, like, tastes like iron?
I've gotten that, like, in a bag of peanuts, but never in a peanut M&M.
No, because, like, that ruins it. You don't want to take another M&M out of that bag.
Yeah.
You get one of those.
I'm protesting this choice by eating a peanut M&M. So I have one right here.
That could be a bad one.
That was so good. Damn. Craig, do you have any arguments, or do you think we might end up losing this one? I don't want to concede, though.
I don't know, the best argument I can come up with at this point is a direct quote from James the Odd Ones Out Rallison, when he said in one of his videos that M&Ms were his favorite candy bar because of the fact that the hard outer coating improves the chocolate's overall texture.
I agree.
Wow.
You know what melts in your hand? A Milky Way. You know what won't? An M&M.
It's not about melt. It's not going to be in my hand long enough for it to melt. It's going in my mouth, in my tummy.
It's just a better overall experience.
No, not at all. No, thanks. Just, no. Milky Way is just like, it's 10 times better than an M&M.
You're killing me.
I do not care.
Milky Ways are like...
fantastic, I know.
If you take out... the M&Ms are... those are the ones I trade for. Those are the ones I want. And then the Milky Ways and like the Three Musketeers or whatever, those are the ones I eat in the middle. But the M&Ms are going first. Ugh. It's hard to argue. I'm like mad that this is the matchup too, because like Milky Ways are not that bad. Like I have no slander to Milky Ways in general. I have plenty of slander towards Snickers, but I have none against Milky Way. But
now I'm gonna bring up a small debate about like quantity, right?
Yeah.
So a fun-sized Milky Way versus a fun-sized like
the bag.
M&M bag.
Mm-hmm.
Milky Way just takes the cake on that one.
Yeah, but those M&Ms are gonna last you longer. That's one bite versus like 10 bites.
That's one bite versus one cheek full of M&Ms. Like I mean,
I forgot.
You can take
not everyone is you.
You can take 2 bites of like a fun-sized Milky Way, right? And like that's gonna stay in your mouth for a little while. But you slice open one of those bags of like freaking 11 M&Ms, right? That's just going right in the mouth. You're chewing them up and they're gone.
I guess
you need multiple bags to feel satisfied.
Yeah, exactly. Or you need the bigger bag. And if you have and if we're gonna compare size again, I will gladly take an actual Milky Way bar. Just because I feel like that lasts longer. Like you take little bites of it because you want to savor it.
You don't take little bites of it. Don't give me that. You eat it in 2 bites max.
No. If it fits directly in my mouth perfectly, and it's small enough, I will eat it in 1 bite. The size ranges all the way up to about a cupcake.
I've watched you shove an entire muffin in your mouth.
Oh, I can't do a muffin. Are you kidding me?
I've watched you do it.
Oh, wait. Oh, I remember. All right, never mind.
Yeah. It was one of the first things you ever shoved in your mouth in front of me.
That was a small muffin. It was a cupcake-sized muffin.
Okay.
But yeah, it's just that's one of those few things that's just I like to savor that one just because I like Milky Way so much.
Mm-hmm.
It's you take a little bite, it's the equivalent of eating 5-6 M&Ms, take another bite, same thing.
Where was all the M&M support when you voted it over Twix? Where's all that gone? Now you guys are talking about it it's second tier candy. It's not.
Compared to Milky Way, it
second tier to Milky Way.
All right. I disagree with you, but I do not have a better argument other than I just like it better because I don't like chewy. Because that little bit of caramel kills a Milky Way for me. So, because it's very personal preference, I will concede. I don't want to. I don't know if Craig has any final thoughts here, but...
Yeah, so here's my final thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I like both of these candies. I definitely prefer the M&Ms. However, I gotta give credit to Shannon and Noah for that fun size argument. M&Ms really does skimp on their fun size packaging, and that's the one you definitely get the most of on Halloween.
Yeah, that's fair. I still think fun size candies are cheap, though. Like it's like 3/4 of an inch by 3/4 of an inch. Like that's not even a quarter of the candy bar.
Yeah.
All right.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Oh, I think you're thinking of something else, Caitlin. The fun size ones are the ones that are like 2 inches. You're thinking of the other like little. You're thinking of the little squares.
The little
right?
squares, are those not fun size?
No, those are something else.
No, they have a different.
Oh.
It's like a couple of inches. It's a rectangle.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, so like the half, almost like a third of the bar to like a half of the bar.
Yeah. Those are the fun size ones. They
right.
normally do. They normally actually do say fun size on them.
Okay, what do those little squares say? Those ones
I
are
don't know.
everywhere on Easter.
I want to say they're bite sized.
Is it what?
I
Sorry?
think they call them bite sized.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
Milky Way?
Milky Way is our winner for
Milky
today.
Way, let's fucking go.
Yes, no.
Alrighty. So with our 16, we have narrowed it down to just Milky Way, so that it is either our winner or our runner-up. Man, do I hate to say that. Milky Way is not good enough to deserve that spot.
Yes, it is.
But next week we will tackle the other 16 that we have here, and we will get to our winner from there. So with that, everyone go eat some candy. Also go brush your teeth, please. Let us know,
yes,
like, in any comment section that you find relevant. Let us know what your favorite candy is, and if it's not on our list and we think it deserves to be there, maybe we'll put it there.
I already know what it is. It's Milky Way.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.